Final race of the regular season this afternoon will bring us to Indianapolis Motor Speedway for race 26 and 36. Last week at Darlington, last late stage bump and run set us into our fourth win of the year, putting us back to first place in the playoff standings with 40 playoff points. As you look at the regular points standings, by the way. In terms of points, Truex does have enough. See that goose egg in the win column? Next slide. That could come into play here when it comes to playoff seeding. Joey Logano, Ryan Blaney, they could be good. Question is, if any of them have a problem or don't get any stage points, anybody from Logano down doesn't get any stage points, one of those five guys could have a shot at maybe getting in. Paul Menard could. Suarez and Stenhouse probably have a good shot. It's going to be fun. Huh. Dubbed by all as the racing capital of the world, Indianapolis Motor Speedway opened up in 1909 and was initially proven as a proving ground for people to test their cars on this facility. The very first race was a balloon race. And this place is known for its pageantry. It's also known for its historical events, getting 2 blockbuster races in the Indy 500 in May and the Brickyard 400, which has moved back to July, which makes it even hotter than normal. Now, coming out of turn 4, you're going to want to be pretty similar to what you would at, like, say, California or Michigan, but you want to immediately get on the brakes in turn 1 and slow down quite a bit. Alexa, stop. Coming through turn number 2. Going to be going down probably to about 200, then immediately let the car roll in the corner. And let the car go through a chute again. And down the backstretch, and this will put us second somehow. You see the lineup scrolling on the top of this across the screen. Give me a sec. Alexa, shut off. So you see the drivers: Joey Logano 14th, Ryan Blaney 17th, Eric Almirola starting 4th, Truex starting 3rd. It's going to be fun. As we look at the Big Machine 400 at the Brickyard, race notes. Danica Patrick will take her car to the back. Denny Hamlin hit to replace his transmission. And we'll be starting out front next to Brad Keselowski. Pace car is off. Final race of the regular season. And we are underway from Indy. Kind of odd to see Brad Keselowski let us in so early in the race, but whatever, I guess. As we're coming through turn 2 and onto the wide, long backstretch. Usually at this point, you'll see a lot of drivers fan out 3-4 wide before quickly panicking and realizing we have to be single file into turn 3. Because unless you're Jimmy Johnson and have insane balls of steel, forcing yourself to go 3 wide with a blown motor, no less, on the final lap, on a final restart of the Brickyard 400, one of probably 19 gajillion in that race. A lot of normal people wouldn't really force themselves to go 3 wide in Indy. Probably the only time somebody does that is either A, on the straightaways, or B, during a pace lap at this track, especially in the IndyCar series, with the whole 3 wide parade lap that they have during the Indy 500. Obviously, normally going 3 wide would result in instantaneous death at an IndyCar race, this joint. Coming through turn 4. Another lap in the books. Gonna try to drive right onto the inside. So far, we're pulling away quite a bit from Brad Keselowski. Wow, almost 5 seconds. Yikes. Martin Truex also looking for a win. I mean, Truex does have points. However, and this is a big however, a win could very easily put him into the playoffs and really sort of make things interesting, if you will. Two laps of racing to go here at Indy. And we're going to try to arc that car into the corner. Look at that. I'm carrying almost 170 into those corners and then opening the thing up off 2. And just look at this. Wow, nobody probably within a good 5-mile radius is catching us. Off of turn number 4, we will reach the white flag in stage 1. If Truex earns stage points, he will clinch a spot in the playoffs. White flag in the air in stage number 1. So far, driving on what looks like clay. I don't know why the game textured it like that, but that seriously looks like red clay. Going on board, looking at our side view as we go down the backstretch. Coming through turn 3, into the chute, into turn 4, and onto the front stretch. That will be it for stage 1 from Indianapolis. Live results coming across your screen now. So Truex, Kyle Busch, Clint Boyer, Kevin Harvick, Ryan Blaney, Brad Keselowski, Kurt Busch, Kyle Larson, and Jamie McMurray round out the top 10. And all 10 of those drivers will earn stage points. Getting ready for the start of stage number 2. Green flag back into the air. Keep on burping that throttle here coming off too, as we've pretty much led the entire stage back to back and then some. In the first stage, looks like might be the same here in the second go around. So far, we're kind of keeping it close. Leaning on Kyle Busch a little bit. 3 wide and 4 wide. My goodness. Somebody give, please. Someone give. Sorry, Harvick. And how about Ryan Blaney getting up into the thick of things here early on in this one? So our car gets banged around and pushed up the track just a smidge. And we're going to push the 78 of Truex down the backstretch. At least try to push him. Okay, now we're going to be pushing Ryan Blaney. So 4 cars under a blanket, 2 Toyotas, a Chevrolet, and a Ford in our top 4. See if we can maybe push 18 Kyle Busch maybe. 4 laps to go in stage 2. Whoa, that was almost bad. Nearly got sandwiched into Truex there, running him wide. So almost 4 wide off 2. We got 5 cars in a blanket, essentially. Oh, Busch with the weight shift, and we're bouncing. I honestly thought Kyle Busch was going to weight shift there. That basically just killed our momentum. As we come to 3 laps to go in stage 2. We're going to have to tag Mr. Larson here. Going to try to cross him low. Seven position, 6. So we're sitting in 7th. Try to pull ourselves maybe to the lead here. Oh, Kurt Busch cuts us off. And Harvick nearly goes around somehow. Banging around, and around goes Boyer. Green is still out. Here with 3 laps to go. See if we can try to push Kyle Busch, maybe see if we can get ourselves a stage win. 2 laps to go in stage number 2. Right now, we're going to try to see if we can work with Kyle Busch. Maybe see if we can get him to the front and use ourselves the energy we have to slingshot both of them around. Bit early for that plan, but hey, caution is out. So that will be stage 2. Martin Truex earns a stage. He's pretty much locked himself into the playoffs at this point. See what happened here. So is Reed Sorensen. with an issue. Getting ready for the final stage here at the Brickyard. Green flag back into the air, as it is two Toyotas fighting for the lead here at the start of this final stage. 8 to go. Driving in deep, Kyle Busch has to give up a couple spots here just so he doesn't cause anything stupid, as Martin Truex escapes with the lead coming off in 2. William Byron, Martin Truex in a very similar replay of what happened at Darlington, currently trying to pull away side by side for the race lead. We try to okay, we're in the dirt. Okay, I guess Truex doesn't want me racing with him. And neither does Austin Dillon, as Austin Dillon goes into the wall. No caution, believe it or not, from any of this. 7 to go. We're sitting in 6th. With all the stage points we bagged, except for Bristol a couple races ago. So we try to give Kyle Larson a nice little shot in the 3rd. Four cars in a blanket here. Truex Jr., Ryan Blaney, Kyle Larson, William Byron, the top 4. Blaney thought about peeking out. Can Byron maybe push him to the front? Blaney's on his brakes. We're still pushing him into the corner side by side for 2nd. Keep in mind, both of these drivers do not have a win. William Byron and Kyle Larson do have a win. See the 42 sitting behind us in 4th. Whoa. Tried squeezing in there, a little bit of contact. So far, 6 to go. Martin Truex leads. Ryan Blaney is 2nd. And William Byron sits in 3rd. Give Blaney a nice little shot side by side. We're going to break some ankles, pretend we're Houdini, and take the lead going into turn 1. And Truex slides. This is a good thing he's got those stage points. Otherwise, that could have really screwed him. And I think that just did. Somehow the yellow is not out. And all this. Okay, Blaney, chill, bro. So, coming to the line, 4 laps to go in this one. Gonna have 4 cars. You got Larson, Byron, Blaney, and Harvick. Ford versus Chevy. I'm sure every redneck across America watching this on their phones is probably jumping for joy right now. 4 laps to go. When you get to the line, there will be 3. Kyle Larson, he won the Pocono race. The first Pocono race, not the second one. That was Keselowski. Won the first Pocono race, so he sort of seems to know how to get around those big super speedways that don't have the restrictor plates. As we are bump drafting Kyle Larson, 3 laps to go, 4 laps on fuel, side by side. We might actually get him here. Side by side for the race lead. little bit of contact. A little bit of contact. Larson crosses low. Byron's up high. Trying to squeeze it. See if we can maybe get the lead out of all this. Still neck and neck. Keep in mind, those two start banging. That may not end well. Larson was sliding, by the way. And he is still sitting in the lead, 2 to go here in Indy. A lot of contact. That's Ryan Blaney getting in there. He wants to join this party. None of these kids have won the Brickyard. Youngest to do it to this day, Jeff Gordon. And it looks like one of these back in 94. One of these kids may beat that record today. 2 laps of racing left at Indy. Still side by side. Byron still trying to make that outside work. Going to pull a crossover. Side by side off 4. Who will it be coming to the white? Fans are getting a kick out of this. White flag is out at Indy. One more time around the Brickyard. Low on, we got 2 laps left on fuel. So whatever happens now, happens. Side by side through 2. Neither driver seems to have an edge. Larson gets the outside run. Contact. Maybe they're just trying to slow him up. A lot of scraping. Byron drives in. Larson crosses over. And here comes Blaney somehow in this. And that is Larson, who may have just fulfilled an caution. We didn't need that. You bet everybody's going to pit. Even those who are desperate. Everybody is going to pit. Unless you're Corey LaJoy, apparently. NASCAR overtime. Here at Indy, if the leader makes it to the white and there's an accident, the race will end. If the leader does not make it to the white and there's an accident, well, you know the drill. Overtime attempt number 1. I thought Kyle Larson was going to win this. But I guess we're pulling ARCA rules now. Wow, what a nice run here. See if we can try to work with Chase Elliott. Nope, we're going to go for it. 3 wide for 8th. We're going to get by him. Get a couple more. Wow, we're on a rocket ship right now. Bush getting banged around. Up in 4th, knocked out of the way. We are going to... Question is, will we make it to the white? We're about to find out. White flag is out here in Indy. We are bump drafting Kyle Larson on this last lap to fly right by the 12 of Ryan Blaney. More contact. Byron trying to peek on the inside of Larson. Maybe Larson has the spot. Video game Indianapolis is probably going nuts right now. Currently bump drafting Kyle Larson. See if we can go for it here. Trying to make it stick. And we hit the dirt. More contact. This is going to be for the Brickyard. They're banging. Can we get him at the line? And... okay, I guess you're going to need like a small... You're going to need a thing of gunpowder to measure how close that was. Let's see how close that was. Right about... That sucks. That was 1/10 of a second. Wow. I could have sworn we tied. So in terms of playoff point standings, so we get 5 wins. We move ourselves to the points lead. Kevin Harvick, Brad Keselowski have 4 wins, and then you got Kyle Busch, Clint Boyer, Kurt Busch, and Denny Hamlin with 2 wins. Martin Truex and Joey Logano with no wins. However, Truex does have the playoff points, so Truex might get in. So that will be it from Indy. Somehow we finished first, even though we were first. I'm okay, sure. Please turn your phone off in the theater, kids. Ooh. Aren't we special? Well, the playoffs are here. Let's take a look at our playoff standings as they were reseeded. And Joey Logano with 2 playoff points somehow made it in. Ryan Blaney and Eric Almirola cheesed their way into the playoffs. And pretty much everybody in the top 4 has a small enough surplus of points to last themselves to Homestead. Actually, what? Okay, Suarez and Stenhouse got a playoff point somehow. Don't remember when. And then there's the rest. So, see you next time at Vegas.